Let's start. This is ACI 6. Today is 26th of February 2026. Nice to see everyone back. We have all familiar faces, but we have a new person. We have Jasmine girl. Hi. JD and Casey. Do you want to type in the chat where you're from? Do you mind every one of us?
Oh,
From Malaysia.
hello, teacher. My name is Jasmine. I'm from Johor Bahru,
Hi,
Malaysia.
Jasmine. Nice to meet you. I'm from Malaysia, from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia.
Nice to meet you, teacher. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Just call me Rachel. We are Romania, Laura and Daniel. And the rest from Singapore, except Kiel Wong, or Kiel, right? Jasmine from JB. Emerald from Vietnam. Yay, okay. New year, new beginning, the year of the horse. So let's, okay, from Penang, Zoom user from Penang. What is your name? Do you mind to type your name? Zoom user. I don't see your name. Okay, you can type your name later on. Oh, Walter Chong. Okay, Walter Chong, nice to meet you. Okay, let's start. I invite you to close your eyes. And just bring your awareness to your breath until you hear from me again. Now we will set our intention. I want to be a good person, and I want to help others. And to help others, the best way is to become a good person ourselves. And so in this class, what we learn will help us to become a good person and to help others. And so set our intention that I'm going to pay attention. I'm going to listen and pay attention in the class. Because I want to become a good person. I want to achieve my goal. I want to be happy and help others to be happy too. So give yourself some time to settle in, reinforce your intention. About 30 seconds, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Hey, this is ACI 6 on Diamond Cutter Sutra. And I want to do the tradition of, before I begin, I want to do the offering of the mandala. So I'll just read from here. If you know this gesture, you can do that, or else you can just listen. Here is the great earth filled with the smell of the incense, covered with a blanket of flowers, the great mountain forelands, wearing a jewel of the sun and the moon. In my mind, I make them the paradise of the Buddha, and I offer it to you. By this deed, may every living being experience the pure world. Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kamiya Tayami. I go for refuge and am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, until I achieve enlightenment. By the power of the goodness that I do in giving and the rest, may I reach Buddhahood for the sake of all beings. Go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By the power of the goodness that I do in giving and the rest, may I reach Buddhahood for the sake of all beings. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By the power of the goodness that I do in giving and the rest, I will become a Buddha for the sake of all beings. And may it be so. My apologies if I didn't follow some of the sequence, because that is how my teacher read. I've been reading that for so long. Yeah. And class 1, this is the overview of the whole structure. Today we are on class 1, the source of the book. We will be doing the commentary tradition, the meaning of the title, and how the sutra was spoken. Just an overview. So today will be just the overview, the history, the tradition, a bit, some of the items quite boring. So hang in there. So as we know, today's topic is on Diamond Cutter Sutra. The word sutra means words spoken by the Buddha. It is the teaching by Lord Buddha 2,500 years ago. Okay, so we are going to explain the meaning, each meaning. What does diamond mean? What does cutter means? What does sutra means? So sutra basically means the words spoken by the Buddha. What is it about? It is about wisdom. Wisdom. 智慧 wisdom. And then when we hear wisdom, we have misconception. What is wisdom? Right? There are two misconceptions. Actually, there are a lot. One misconception will be we think that wisdom, when we grow old, we will have wisdom. Wisdom has nothing to do with age, right? Doesn't mean old people will have wisdom, young people no wisdom. Sometimes grow old also no wisdom. Okay. So wisdom has nothing to do with the age. Number 2, we know wisdom means emptiness. And there's a lot of misconception about what is emptiness, the wrong idea. Emptiness means think of nothing, empty your mind. If I think of nothing, I empty my mind. I blank out. I plant the seeds for my mind to blank out, to be forgetful. That's what my teacher say. Okay, so that is a wrong idea. Blank out. Think of nothing. Things are empty. Nothing matters. Everything is illusion. That is a wrong idea. How can nothing matters? Because things are empty, so everything matters. Our behavior is creating our reality. We will go through that. So it's a wrong idea to say that nothing matters, I can do what I want, everything is an illusion. Okay, so if nothing matters, everything is illusion. Come and if I give you a slap and you see whether is it everything is empty, nothing matters. I like that story where they say, emptiness, things are empty, right? So what we are seeing is a projection or projection. We project, right? Projection, when we hear the projection, we think is fake. Yeah. Projection, if it's coming from my karmic projection, it has to be real, isn't it? Karmic projection. If we don't believe that, we can stand in front of a car and we'll have a projection of being hit by a car. It's real. And then we will have a projection of a broken leg, and it is real. And we can have a projection of being sent to the hospital with a huge bill, and that is real also. Okay, so basically just to let us know that things are empty doesn't mean that it is empty means nothing, nothing at all. It's not like that. Okay, so those are the two main misconceptions. So what is emptiness then? What is emptiness? The easiest way would be we all learn about the pen, okay, emptiness. Things are empty. They are empty of any self-nature, but doesn't mean that there's nothing at all. Emptiness, the pen. Because it is empty, it has the potential to become anything. And for me, this is a pen for me to write. Right. And for the puppy, it become a chew toy based on their karma that they have. So, is there anyone who have not heard of the pen story? If you have not heard of the pen story, can you type 0 in the chat? Three, two, one. So everybody have heard of that. That is good. So if you have not, please let me know. I'll send you the recording, then you can listen to that. Or you have a special session with me. So emptiness, the easiest way to remember is the pen story. Things are empty. It is a pen unique to me. Yeah, exactly, Laura. Cannot go wrong with the pen story. Cannot go wrong. That is the easiest way. We are so grateful to Geshe Michael for the example. So emptiness, we say that things have no nature of their own. The absence of the thing being having some self-nature, the absence of that. And the whole Dhammakata Sutra is talking about emptiness, so no worries. We will be working our brain. Okay. It's really hard. The words are really difficult. So Dhammakata Sutra, the whole thing is about emptiness. It's about wisdom. So we're ready to dive in. We'll be learning some Sanskrit and some Tibetan. Okay. So Sanskrit is a language. I don't know, they say it's the enlightened being speaks Sanskrit. Okay. Sanskrit language has a very profound connection with the sounds in our inner bodies. If you learn yoga, they always say that. Okay. Sanskrit has this profound connection with the sound in our inner bodies. Okay. And for Tibetan language, they say Tibetan language don't have any deep connection to any other language in the whole world. It is a very special language. In fact, Geshe Michael say it come from the heaven, come from the angel. Okay. Anyway, we will learn some of the basic words throughout the course. For blessing's sake, just say after me, Vajra. Vajra means diamond. Vajra. And Chadika means cutter. Chadika. Chadika. Vajra Chadika. That is in Sanskrit. And Doje, say Doje. Doje. Yes. Doje. Do is a stone. J, we know J Songkapa, right? It's a lot. So the lot of the stone is diamond. Okay, Doje is diamond. Chupa is to cut. Doje chupa. We learned the word chupa in ACI 5, chapter 8, if you remember. I put here, chupa. Gesa chupa. Chupa means the cutting of our root virtue. So these are the words that we learn. Vajrachatika, 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 Doje chupa, Doje chupa, Doje chupa. Okay, one is Sanskrit, the other one is Tibetan. And that is enough for your homework question 1. I will show here. Homework question 1. Give the Sanskrit and Tibetan name for Diamond Cutter Sutra. So Sanskrit is Vajrachatika, Tibetan Doje chupa. So when you do your homework, it's an open book. You can refer to any materials. The below one, this one is extra one, okay? This is only this one. And after the class, please do your homework. Okay, it's open book. Quiz is not open book. And finish the class before the next class. The next class that I will see you on March 19. We will be off for 2 weeks for Kashin Michael Diamond Way 5. Okay, next we want to talk a bit about the boring stuff. So bear with me, okay? So Diamond Cutter Sutra, the background from India, taught by Lord Buddha 2,500 years ago, 500 BC, we call it 500 BC, and then it go to Tibet, right? So from India, there are two commentary by Master Vasubandhu, 350 AD, and another author is Kamalashila, 750 AD. Kamalashila, we heard of his name very often when we talk about meditation in ACI 3. Kamalashila, this stages of meditation, 9 stages of meditation. We are not using this commentary. We are using the different commentary. Hold on, okay. So Vasubandhu, Kamalashila, okay. So Diamond Cutter Sutra was first translated into Chinese. This is the copy. It was first translated into Chinese in 300. The year is 300. And then the first printed book, it is the first printed book, 11 of May, 868. May 11, 868 in China is the oldest printed book in the world with a date inside. So Diamond Cutter Sutra has been passed down from generation to generation. Okay? It must be very important. I guess it must be very, very important. Okay, so the next question 2 will be name the authors of the 2 Indian commentaries to this sutra. Remember we say Lord Buddha first taught it, and then later on we have commentaries by Master Vasubandhu, and then by Master Kamalashila. Both of them, they are Indian masters. Okay, so this is in your question 2. So you can do, We also know that Master Vasubandhu is also very famous for Abhidhamma Kosha, right? Abhidhamma, Master of Abhidhamma. Okay, this is in your question 2. And the commentaries that we are using is, ta-da, this one. We are using the Sunlight on the Path to Freedom. Sunlight on the Path to Freedom. We are using this commentary throughout our ACI 6. The author is written by Choni Lama Drapa Shidrup, the year 1675 to 1748, and is translated by Michael Roach with Venerable Jigme. I have a copy of his book. Bye-bye. Can you see? Oh, I cannot see. Oh, cannot see. Cannot see. And signed by Michael. Yeah, I put in a lot of effort, okay? I study all the things, I listen to all the recording, and I read again. My first time when I read this was when I read, I fall asleep. Every time I read, I fall asleep. Oh, I like it so much, It cure my insomnia when you cannot sleep. Really, that was I remember long time ago. This was the second book that I bought, long time ago. Then every time cannot sleep, I open and read. Oh, I tell you, really, don't know first page or second page, you confirm you'll fall asleep. So you can try that. After so many years, now I'm the second time and I take it out and read again. Yeah. Because I'm preparing my lesson, I just want to compare some of the things. Okay, so the Tibetan word is called Talam Selwe Nima. Talam means path to freedom. Path to freedom means what? What is the path to freedom? To where? If you're a medium scope practitioner, depending on your motivation, it could be nirvana or it could be Buddhahood. Okay, if you're a greater scope practitioner, both are good. And Selwe means, to make clear, Nima means sun. So this is the commentary we'll be using, okay? It's a Tibetan commentary. The only Tibetan commentary available right now in our world. Apparently, all have been destroyed. Apparently, no more already, really. No, you don't have any other books in the whole world. And they found this copy in St. Petersburg Library, Russia, by ALL, Asian Legacy Library, thanks to John Brady's project for saving and preserving all these ancient texts. So we found these texts. Yeah, and this is the only copy that we have, the Tibetan commentary. Choni Lama, he wrote many textbooks used in the ceremony. And Michael, he always say that his writing is very easy to understand, Western style. Maybe the style of his writing easy for our era. And something very interesting about Choni Lama, I want to read to you. He has three visions. That he has three visions, three dreams. Okay, and I read to you this one. In his autobiography, he shared with us at last in his final days, and he described there are three visions or three dreams in his own words. The earliest dream was when the earliest dream I can remember came to me when I was but a very young boy. I see several figures flying towards me through the blue. They all look to be Buddhas. They pause overhead and then fly off straight to the west. Means that the first dream he saw got a few beings fly in the sky, and they all look like Buddha. That's the first dream. The second dream, the second dream, I am standing looking again to the eastern sky. Suddenly, gentle voice Manjushri appear above. Again, he's racing away towards the west, but I call up to him, hey, and ask him to pause. Hey, I add one, sorry. I'm thinking that if he does, then I will have a chance to prostrate myself at his feet, if only for a few moments. And then suddenly, he turned, dived down, and melted into my chest. And I think to myself, oh yes, now I have received his blessing. So the first one, his dream, he saw a few beings fly in the sky to the west. They all look like Buddha. The second time, he saw Manjushri also flying to the west. And they called, hey! And then he paused, turned, look at him, and then came down and melted into him. And then he said, oh, now I have received his blessing. And the third, he saw Nagarjuna also flying in the sky. Okay. And then he too paused, comes and melts into me, and I awaken with pure joy. So the three dreams are flying to the west. Actually, Michael mentioned a few times that thing, I have my own understanding of the significance. I wouldn't say that, I think we all can think about that. So question number 3, give the name of the only non-native Tibetan commentary to this work. States its author, his dates, and his home monastery. Okay, you know that it is called Sunlight on the Path to Freedom by Chuni Dragpa Shidrup, the year 1675 to 1748, Sarah May Monastery. Okay, so basically Diamond Cutter Sutra, before that it was not called Diamond Cutter Sutra, it's Perfection of Wisdom in 300 verses. Perfection of Wisdom, we learn ACI 2, Prajna Paramita, basically means the knowledge of a Mahayana person imbued with 2 wings of the bird. What is that? Emptiness and bodhicitta. The knowledge of a Mahayana person imbued with emptiness and bodhicitta. So it's a collection, it's a general name for the collection of teaching about wisdom. So Perfection of Wisdom is like a general name for the teaching about wisdom. Okay? Now the interesting part come already, finally. Okay, now the interesting part. Okay, Diamond Cutter Sutra. So we explain. Sutra means the word spoken by the Buddha. Now we want to talk about diamond. Interesting, huh? We say diamond is Dorje or Vajra, right? And then surprisingly, throughout the whole sutra, they say you cannot find a single word on diamond. But the title has this word, Diamond Cutter Sutra. Why? So there are 3 reasons. Okay, there are 3 reasons. 1, why we use diamond to represent emptiness. Why we use diamond to represent emptiness. Number 1, diamond is clear. It's clear, isn't it? Transparent, clear, isn't it? Invisible. If there is a, in front, if there is a diamond wall of diamond, we cannot see. You knock your head, okay? It's invisible, you cannot see. And so, it is like the emptiness. Everywhere there's emptiness. You have the emptiness of Jenny, the emptiness of Jasmine Go, emptiness of Laura and Daniel, emptiness of every existing thing, emptiness of Zane, of the student, of the class, of the Zoom, everything, right? But we cannot see. It's clear, invisible. So the first reason why diamond is used is because it is clear, invisible, just like emptiness. Are we able to see the emptiness? Are we able to see directly emptiness of all existing things? I cannot, is it? And whatever we see is in deceptive reality. It's not ultimate reality. Okay. When do we see ultimate reality? When you see emptiness directly during that time. Okay. Or maybe an enlightened being a Buddha, he see deceptive reality and ultimate reality at the same time. Okay. Emptiness we don't see. We can use ACI 4, we can use logic. It is a hidden reality. Remember, 3 kinds of reality: obvious reality, hidden reality, deeply hidden reality. So emptiness is the hidden reality we cannot see. but we can use deduction, we can use logic, tweely. We can use that, yeah? And then we can come to understand that, oh, yeah, I agree. Yeah, things are empty. Things have emptiness. Just like if I see this as a pen, but the puppy play with it as if it is a chew toy. That proves to me that this thing has no nature of its own. And that is emptiness, the absence of a self-nature. The fact that there's not a single thing that's not coming from me. Emptiness is empty, potential to become anything. Okay, that's the first one. Diamond is clear, invisible. Okay, so that one easy, right? Number 2, the diamond is the closest thing in our world, in our reality, in our physical world, is the closest thing to ultimate, is the closest thing to something that is truly ultimate. Okay, in our world, can we find something ultimate or not? Can we find something which is ultimate? We cannot. Okay, is there something which is the longest? No. Okay, why? I read from the Diamond Cutter Sutra here. First of all, there are almost no ultimate at all in our normal reality. There is no object which is the longest of all objects, because we can always add another inch. We can always add one more inch. And there is no time which is the shortest of all times, because we can always split that moment again. So there is no ultimate. We can always split that. The diamond, though, is a naturally occurring ultimate. It is the hardest thing in the universe, 4 times harder than ruby or sapphire, which are the next hardest mineral. Diamond, in fact, is the only naturally occurring thing which can cut a diamond. Okay, let me summarize for you. Basically, it means that in our physical world, normal world, diamond is the closest thing to something that's truly ultimate, which is ultimate reality, emptiness. It is the closest thing. We can say that it is ultimately hard thing, right? Because we say this is the hardest thing in the universe. If you Google, it is still the hardest thing in the universe. And for that reason, we use diamond to represent emptiness. We use diamond to represent ultimate reality. It is the hardest thing. Nothing can scratch it. Nothing can scratch it. The only way is to use another diamond to cut a diamond. A diamond cut a diamond. There's no other thing can scratch it. I never tried it. You can try it, okay? So they say, if a person see emptiness directly, and the moment you come out from seeing emptiness directly, right, they are desperately seeking to find something to represent what they have seen. And that's diamond in our normal reality. Can okay, the first one, we say why we use diamond to represent emptiness. It is clear, invisible, like emptiness. So clear, invisible, cannot see, you cannot see it everywhere, but you cannot see it. Number 2, why we use diamond to represent emptiness? Because it is the closest thing to ultimate. It's the closest thing in our world, right, to something truly ultimate. Because the diamond is the hardest thing in our universe, right? So we want to use that to represent ultimate reality. Okay, ultimate hard thing, ultimate reality. Okay. And the last reason will be why we use diamond to represent emptiness is because if we break the diamond, we break it, you smash it. Every piece is 100% identical, pure diamond. Every piece, the structure is 100% identical, pure diamond. And so we use diamond to represent emptiness because emptiness is 100%. Every emptiness, the emptiness of zinc is 100%. The emptiness of jasmine is 100%. The emptiness of emerald is 100%. There's like no 40% empty, only 30% empty, you know. Every emptiness, 100%. It's either we say, we learn about emptiness, right? It's an unchanging thing. So it's either they come they come into existence or they go out of existence, in and out of existence. If there is a pen here, then the emptiness of the pen is 100%. This pen is 100% empty of self-nature. If the pen is gone, no more, if let's say gone, so as the emptiness of that pen. So the emptiness is 100%. Okay, just like the diamond is 100%. Every piece is 100% pure diamond. So when we find someone who upset us, I remind myself, that person is 100% empty, not 40% empty, 50% empty, okay? Or 20% empty, okay? It's 100% empty. It's 100% coming from my past six ripening now, okay? Otherwise, we still want to blame. I still want to blame that person. The moment I blame that person means that I don't understand emptiness, right? I'm still holding on to that person, having some nature of his own to be blamed. So it's very fun in life, isn't it? Now when you understand this, you find it so fun. People irritate you. It's so fun, you know, nowadays, can kind of like, you can apply all these things, you know. Okay, so they help us to understand better. So the conclusion is, we use diamond as the metaphor to represent emptiness, to represent ultimate reality. Okay? And a person who see emptiness directly coming out of that, they want to quickly find something, desperately looking for something to remind them of their experience. The experience, the direct perception of emptiness, the experience of the ultimate reality. They want to find something, and that is diamond. I want you to take a moment, to take some time to think about that. I give you 1 minute. Think about how can we apply this. Okay. So for me, emptiness and negative emotion. Another word for mental affliction is negative emotion. Okay. Sometimes I use negative emotion, sometimes I'll use mental affliction. They cannot coexist. They cannot coexist. Emptiness and mental affliction, they cannot coexist. The moment we have mental affliction or negative emotion, we forget our emptiness. We are upset with somebody. And when we understand emptiness well, or you see emptiness directly, this mental affliction will be. That's how you get rid of your negative emotion. You will just, they cannot coexist. When I have mental affliction or negative emotion, I forget emptiness. When I have negative emotion, I do things that hurt people. I will say something maybe very harsh. You want to love your loved ones, but you go and say something that hurt them because of your mental affliction. You want to love them, but you say words that hurt them because of this mental affliction. You hurt them and you hurt yourself by creating the cause for your future suffering. You say something harsh, you plant the seeds for your future suffering. Okay, I have mental affliction, and I want to say something very harsh, and I hurt them. I want to love them, I hurt them. And in hurting them, I also hurt myself by creating the cause for my future suffering. So when I understand emptiness, this one will be, okay? So once you see emptiness directly, you stop creating the new causes for suffering in the future. Okay, so we come back to this one. Diamond Cutter Sutra. Diamond represent emptiness or ultimate reality for 3 reasons, okay? These 3 reasons, you have to do it in your homework question 4. They ask you, explain the 3 meaning of the word diamond in the title. What is that? 1, I go for B first. It's a totally clear physical substance. If there is a diamond wall, we will not be able to see that. Just that every object around us possesses its own emptiness, but we cannot see it, number 1. Go back to A. Diamond is the closest thing in our physical world to something which is truly ultimate, the hardest thing in the universe. Okay? So someone who sees emptiness directly, they come out, they are desperately looking for something to represent what they have seen, the direct perception of emptiness, and that is diamond. Okay? Diamond is the closest thing that they can think of. And the third one will be, if you break the diamond into pieces, every piece is 100% absence of a self-existent object, 100% absence of that. Okay, and the next one, we want to go for Cutter, the Diamond Cutter Sutra. Can we say Diamond Sutra? No. Okay, if Gershon Michael heard about that, he will explode. My teacher said, he will explode if he hear that. Okay, so the cutter is very, very, very important. Don't just say Diamond Sutra. Okay, why is the cutter so important? Why is the cutter so important? Here, cutter means that a person who sees emptiness directly, okay, they know, they realize very clearly that the diamond, even though we say it is the closest thing, right, to emptiness, but it is not that close at all. It is not that close at all. It is a low, we call it the lesser kind of ultimate. Lesser kind of ultimate. What do you mean by that? It is not that close at all. Because diamond is a positive thing. Diamond is a thing, isn't it? It's a thing. It's a thing. It's a positive thing. Whereas emptiness is an absence, is a negative thing. Emptiness is the absence. Absence of what? Absence of the thing that you think is there, but it's not there. Absence of a self-existing thing. Absence of a person who can make me upset from his own side. I didn't do anything. And for that reason, the diamond is cut. Is cut. Cut by what? Cut by the direct perception emptiness. Cut by emptiness. Cut by ultimate reality. It means that it is not that close at all. Okay, we say, oh yeah, diamond is very close to emptiness. But someone who sees emptiness directly realize very clearly that it is not that close at all. It is the best thing that you can use in our normal world to represent emptiness, okay? But it is still another piece of deceptive reality. It is still another piece of deceptive reality around us. So the diamond is more, it is inferior, okay? It is not that close at all. It is a lesser kind of ultimate. Does that confuse you or make you understand? I remember when I was a student, I understand the first part diamond. Okay. The moment come to the gutter, I get confused already. I say, first thing, okay, let me summarize it. You say that diamond is the closest thing to emptiness, right? You say diamond is the thing to represent emptiness, represent ultimate reality for 3 reasons, right? And then you also say that someone who see emptiness directly, they are desperately looking for something to remind them of what they see, to remind them of emptiness. And that's diamond in the normal world, right? Okay, so far we're okay with that. Right? And then second part, suddenly you say, diamond is not that close at all. Yes, the second part is diamond is not that close at all to emptiness. Diamond is not that close at all to ultimate reality. For someone who have seen emptiness directly, they realize this fact. Okay, even though it is the closest thing, but it's not that close at all. It is a lesser kind of ultimate. Okay, because diamond is a positive thing, whereas emptiness is a negative thing. And so diamond is cut by emptiness. And so diamond is cut by ultimate reality. And therefore, it's important to include the word cutter. Okay, I hope you are okay. If you're not okay, I have another way to explain my own way of explanation, okay? I add the apple here, okay? Okay, like, someone, if you've never eaten an apple, and I try to explain apple to you, I can say, oh, the apple is this shape, I can show you this shape. It is red, and if it's a bit hard, you can, where if you take a bite, it is hard, but it is also a bit like juicy, so that kind of description is what I'm giving to you if you've never eaten apple. Just like if you've never seen emptiness, the explanation for the diamond, okay, the diamond explain emptiness. But if you've eaten the apple before, that kind of explanation, is out already. Okay, it's not that close at all. Can you get what I mean? Yeah, it is the closest thing in our world to represent that emptiness. But if you directly see emptiness directly, then you will know that it's not that close at all. Diamond is not really that close. In actuality, it is not that close at all to ultimate reality. Because ultimate reality is the absence. It is the absence, is a negative. Okay. Whereas diamond is a positive thing, isn't it? It's a deceptive reality. It's a thing, appearing thing in our world. Okay, that one you need to cook a bit. I cook last time when I was student here, I can understand. Okay, so I try to explain to the best that I can. I hope you got it. And so this is in your question number 5. Why is it important to include the original word cutter in the title? Okay, I read to you. A person who sees emptiness directly, strongly realize the metaphor of the diamond. Okay, yeah, they say, okay, I understand. Yeah, it's true. The diamond represents emptiness. And just as strongly, they realize that the diamond is only really just a metaphor. It's really just a metaphor. It is a lesser kind of ultimate. It is not the real ultimate emptiness. Okay? Diamond is the closest object to emptiness in our normal reality, in our normal world, in our physical world, and is in actuality not very close at all to being as ultimate as emptiness. In this sense, the diamond is cut. In this sense, the diamond is outdone. In this sense, the diamond is cut by emptiness. So it's very important to retain the word cutter in the title. Okay? Are you okay so far with this one? Okay, so next one, in the middle of the sutra, and you have this thing that says, anyone who learn and understand well this sutra will have disaster happening in their lives. Oh, man, okay, when I attend the class, I say, oh, why don't you tell me earlier? If I know that, I don't want to attend. Okay, the sutra says, anyone who take up the sutra like this, or hold it, or read it, or comprehend it will suffer. They will suffer intensely. Why? Okay, let me explain here. Because you are purifying your non-virtuous karma. Okay, we are purifying our non-virtuous karma, and that karma would have taken us to the three lower realm. And as we purify this karma, it caused us to suffer here in this life. As such, they will succeed in cleaning away the karma of these non-virtuous deeds, and they will as well achieve the enlightenment of a Buddha. Yay! And the last part, okay? Okay. Oh, that's great. Wow, it's like a roller coaster. So get ready for that. It's a roller coaster. I personally, when I was assisting ACI on their teacher training for course 6 Dhammakata Sutra, I had luckily I had a feeling, I don't know, my sixth sense telling me I just don't feel good. I just know something is going to happen. I don't know why. I just don't feel good. I keep on having that feeling, you know. And then it just really some disaster happened. Oh, a lot of things happening during that period of time. And my car stopped at a traffic light. I stopped at a traffic light because the traffic light turned red, right? My car is the only car there. Out of nowhere, there's a car came from the back and bang my car, boom, you know. At that moment, immediately I have that awareness. I'm very happy that I have that awareness. I'm so happy, you know. I was so relieved, you know. I was like, wow, great. I said, you know, okay, that's a purification, right? So if it didn't happen, it would have been worse. Okay, if it didn't happen, it could have been worse. So I'm so happy, so relieved, you know. Oh, so relieved. A lot of things happen, so many things happening. And let me read to you here. Kashi Michael say, why is that these bad things happen? He said, learning Dhammakata Sutra is such an extraordinary goodness that they stir up yucky seeds that we have, that they bubble up sooner than otherwise. Okay, so it's better than a lifetime in hell. It also happened to my friend, one of my good friend, I know, yeah. He also got some problem with his health, very serious. He was in Australia, and he was telling me that, oh, yeah, I'm so thankful it happened, you know. And after a while, I contact him, he said he recovered already, he gets so much better, some very serious health issues. So I had the same problem. I had a lot of issues also. Okay, when I was a student, okay, when I first learned ACI 6, nothing happened. Okay, a lot of the students, they got something happen. I say, hey, nothing happened to me. I don't have bad seats. Okay, so my teacher say it's not like that. Okay, nothing happened. Doesn't mean that you're not learning well, or doesn't mean that I don't understand. Okay, but it started when I start to serve in ACI for the teacher training course. A lot of things happening, relationship, health, accident, you know. But all these things happening for a good reason. Okay, happening for a good reason. Purification. We call it purification. And you purify your old bad seeds if it's and let it ripen earlier in a smaller way. So isn't it good? Yeah. So you feel relief. Yeah, I'm still okay, you know. So isn't it? I'm so happy, you know. Nothing happened to me. Just a car only. What is the problem? Right. And I'm okay. Okay. So that's how it okay, so don't be afraid. Okay. I hope you're not afraid. Okay, that's how I look at it. Another way would be I want to share something. How does that work? How I look at this thing. I mentioned about emptiness, right? Just now I say Dhammakata Sutra is about emptiness. Right? Dhammakata Sutra is about emptiness. How this thing works. So I'm always very curious. I need to keep on thinking about that, you know. I'm the kind, you know, I need to really understand, you know. So, okay, emptiness. Dhammakata Sutra is about emptiness. It's about emptiness, okay. So I understand. If I understand emptiness, then my mental affliction, they cannot coexist. The mental affliction will be, right? Understanding emptiness, get rid of my mental affliction, and then stop creating the causes for my future suffering. What about those that are already, my bad seeds that are already planted long time ago? Understanding emptiness, okay? Understanding emptiness, purify my old bad seed and let them happen. They occur in a smaller way. Just like, this is my own wording. Okay, it's like the seed. The seed, you don't give it water, don't have the condition, then they cannot sprout out. Or even if they sprout, it will be smaller. They don't have the power to produce the full result, the expected results. How is it? Right. So understanding emptiness work two ways. One, my past seeds, I purify my past seeds. They come in a smaller way. They ripen in a smaller way. Happy enough? Yay! I'm so happy. Okay. And understanding emptiness, that one will be the past, isn't it? But then what about the future? Understanding emptiness, my mental affliction will be because they cannot coexist. The person I'm angry about, and I don't create the causes for my future suffering because they cannot coexist. My past karma is what is ripening now, right? Isn't it? I'm suffering now, correct or not? Mental affliction create my future suffering. You're suffering now because of your past karma. Okay? Your mental affliction is causing your future suffering, right? So when I have emptiness, understanding emptiness, I purify my previous past seeds. They come in a smaller way, come up, gone, purification. And since emptiness and mental affliction, they cannot coexist, isn't it? If I understand emptiness, my mental affliction will be gone. So I stop creating the causes for my future suffering. So the Diamond Cutter Strike is all about understanding. It's about emptiness. So it is a very, very powerful, extraordinary goodness. So rejoice that we are here, coming from our past goodness. We are here. Yay! We have all the perfect circumstances. And we are here. Okay, you can cook on that and think about that. So if I understand emptiness, how can I understand emptiness then? I want to understand emptiness. We can understand emptiness at path 2. This is our, this one, right? Path 2, you learn about the pen, the 5 stages in the spiritual growth. Path 2, somebody start to tell you the pen story. And then you can study in the ACI classes. Intellectually understanding of emptiness. Right? We say intellectual understanding of emptiness, the pen can protect you from going to the 3 lower realm because you stop creating the causes of your future suffering and you're purifying your past seeds. So the study is intellectual understanding of emptiness, and the key topic in this will be Chi-Chedra. We will learn in ACI 6, one of the topic. How we are creating, how our mind is creating the mental image. Okay, how we are creating and projecting dependent origination, Yuan Qi. Okay, study ACI classes, ACI foundational courses, 1 to 18. I'm still very new. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share, okay? I learned in 2015. So it's only about 11 years, 12, something like that, okay? I learned from Lama Sarani, student of Geshe Michael Roach, And I also attended Rache Michael Roach Lim, whether in person or online, and his Diamond Way classes as well. Okay. So meditate, contemplate, and then meditate, meditate, meditate 1 hour a day, 1 hour a day, really 1 hour a day. Okay, 1 hour a day. And I'm so happy my meditation come back already. I want to rejoice. I was like doing very well. After one, like, oh, going worse, so lazy. Because life get good. You just want to enjoy. Oh, I say cannot already. Oh, that's really bad. And then you feel like, I think it's a good experience. Like, you see that how you're holding on, you're grasping to something, Yeah. So I want to experience that and be at the present moment and see how it is. And I said, I say I need to do something. Oh, pat yourself, it's okay. Oh, right now this is a sit wrapping, it's okay. Just do it, okay, it's okay. Just come back. Okay. So meditate 1 hour a day, reach the concentration level where you're able to sustain the direct perception of emptiness. You need to have the concentration, the shamatha that you use. Microscope, right? Remember the microscope? To use it to analyze and gain insight in the true nature of reality, to see the true nature of reality, that things are absence of any self-nature from their own side. And that direct experience will change us, totally will change us, and we are on our way out of samsara, which is at path number 3. When you see emptiness directly, it's called a stream enterer. You're an Arya, and you're on your way out of samsara. You confirm out of suffering. They say 7 lifetimes, something like that, okay? And why we want to see emptiness directly? Why we want to learn emptiness? Just now we already say, isn't it? We are having the karma that we have causes suffering now. And my negative emotion will cause me future suffering. So understanding emptiness, when I understand emptiness, this mental affliction will be, this mental affliction is the one that caused my future suffering, because I'm creating the causes for my future suffering. And when I understand emptiness, I stop creating the causes for my future suffering. So we want to learn that we want to be happy, and everyone want to be happy, want to be a good person, want to be happy. So if we don't learn emptiness, like I say, okay, you want to love your loved one, but your speech, your action, you're giving out the vibe, the negative vibes, you're giving out negativities that affecting people. I noticed that, okay? When the mind is not peaceful, like a lot of negative emotion, then you are sending out that one without you realizing, without me realizing, okay? My negative emotion, I'm hurting the people around me, and I'm hurting myself by creating the causes of my future suffering. So first thing, I need to be a good person, overcome my own negative emotion, purify myself. Then what you give is love and compassion and wisdom. And then after path 3 will be path number 4. Habituation means you get used to what you see during the direct perception of emptiness. You get used to the new belief that things, wow, they are not coming at me, okay? Yeah, it's coming from me. The absence of any self-nature. There's not a single thing that's not coming from my projection. And you don't plant new causes of suffering. Bad things happen, purify, gone. No more new one, right? Then everything will become better and better, perfect, and reach these 5. No more learning means if your goal is either nirvana or Buddhahood. Okay, so that is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, what about 1? I did miss out on the 1, isn't it? 1 path of accumulation. It's like they say, you are sick and tired of this broken world. Okay, you are sick and tired of this broken world. You have this renunciation. Renunciating what? You are sick and tired of this nature of this life. It's not that you want to go to the cave and hide. No, you are sick and tired of the nature of this life. You are sick and tired of the nature of this body. You are sick and tired of this mind, the nature of this mind. You are sick and tired of the nature of the relationship that I'm having. I'm sick and tired of this worldly life that have to degenerate because of the impure parts that I've taken. Okay. And so I'm experiencing this samsaric experience because of this samsaric condition that I have that is going to degenerate in the samsaric experience due to the impure parts I've taken, due to my karma. So you want a different spare part, you want a different parts, okay? You want different spare parts. What are we renunciating? We are renunciating the belief, okay? The belief that things are coming at us. They have some nature of their own coming at me. We are renunciating the eight worldly thoughts, those eight worldly thoughts that cause me to cycle, to circle in this cycle of suffering. So in short, okay, we are at two, right? Yeah. Okay, maybe not renunciation. Have we reached a stage where we have this renunciation so deep that we are thinking of that day and night, about that? Or maybe, we are at a certain level somewhere, right? And we have some renunciation, that's why we are here, so we join, okay? Not totally, I can't say I have 100% renunciation. I still kind of like I like the joke, There's this fly, remember the fly on the poop? The two fly on the poop. And then somebody say, hey, you can go to the paradise, everything is so beautiful, so pure, so nice. And then the fly will ask, is there any poop there? They say, no, no poop, no poop, no poop. I'm not going to go there. Okay? So, yeah. So I still want the poop in this samsara right now. Okay. Yeah. So it's very interesting, right? To check. Oh, okay. Yeah. How I'm not fully ready for that yet. But it's good we keep on learning, peel off, okay? I won't go into detail about the four area truth, okay, and the 16 aspects, which we will cover in another class, which is at path number 3. Okay, path of seeing, once you see emptiness directly and coming out of that, you have the realization of the four area truth, the 16 aspects of that. That is so beautiful. I love that so much. We will study that in another class. Okay? That is so beautiful, Wow, I really love that. Okay. And I think I cover everything. Oh, not yet. Oh, I forget one important thing. Luckily, I thought, oh, how come I still got so much time? And okay, so we have to thanks Kashi Michael for putting this teaching, and thanks the ACI and also ALL knowledge base. Thank you so much. Without that, we cannot have this material. And now we are going into the Diamond Cutter Sutra, the content now. Okay, just now it's an explanation about the tradition, the meaning. Okay, now we go into the sutra. Can somebody read this first one for me? The first part. Anybody want to read? You can just unmute.
Okay, Teacher Rich, I'll read. This is Aisu here.
Okay.
The
Please.
word, do I start now?
Yes, please.
These words once I heard. The conqueror was residing at Stravasti in the park of Anathapindada at the gardens of Prince Jetawan. In convocation with him were a great gathering of 1,250 monks who were listeners, as well as an immense number of bodhisattvas who were great beings. In the morning, then the conqueror donned his monk's robe and outer shawl, took up his sage bow, and entered the great city of Stravasti for requesting his meal. When he had collected the food, he returned from the city and then partook of it. When he had finished eating, he put away his bowl and shawl, for he was a person who had given up the later meal. He washed his feet and then seated himself on a cushion that had been set forth for him. He crossed his leg in the full lotus position, straightened his back, and placed his thought into a state of contemplation. And then a great number of monks advanced towards the conqueror, and when they had reached his side, bowed and touched their heads to his feet. They circled him in respect 3 times, and then seated themselves to one way. At this point, the junior monk Subhuti was with the same group of disciples and took his seat with them.
Thank you, Maisu. So where is the city? Stravasti. Okay. What is the name of the garden? Prince Jettawan. Okay, so the story is like that. Lord Buddha has a sponsor. The sponsor name is Ananda. If I'm not mistaken, it should be Ananda. Yes, Ananda. And Ananda, he actually approached this Prince Jettawan. This Prince Jettawan he owned this garden. The land belonged to him. He approached him and said, I want to buy your garden. Okay. He was reluctant to sell to him. Then he said, okay. Finally, he kept on asking him. He said, okay, I'm going to sell to you if you are going to cover this garden with coins, lots of golden coins. Indeed, this Ananda, he managed to do that. He covered the whole garden with lots of golden coins that cover the whole thing. And so he sold to him. Okay, that's the story, okay? And Prince Jettawan, he gave the adjacent land where they built the park, the extraordinary park. And the conqueror, our Lord Buddha, he know that he kind of like Prince Jettawan wished the place to be named after him, and so they named the main temple after him. They named the main temple after him. See, you can see here, the garden of Prince Jettawan. Okay, Ananda is actually a great being. Purposely, he's take the bird as somebody who could act as the teacher sponsor, and you can see the deposit of precious gem and metal deep under the sea or earth. Okay, so it's interesting. So basically, you have Ananda, the sponsor, bought the garden for Lord Buddha, okay, to have his teaching, to give his teaching there. And bought from who? From Prince Jettawan. And one very interesting person here that you have to remember is Subhuti. Okay, who is this Subhuti? Subhuti in the Tibetan tradition, they say he's the emanation of Manjushri. Who is Manjushri? Wensu Pusa, right? And Manjushri is said to be the Buddha's wisdom embodied in a human being. Pretend to be a junior monk, pretend to be a disciple, and ask a question because we don't know what question to ask. So he pretend it's like like just acting like that, pretending to ask the question that we need to hear. Okay. Okay. So next one, Lisa, is there anybody want to read this?
I'm Jenny, I will read. Okay.
Okay.
O conqueror, what of those who have entered well into the way of the Bodhisattva? How shall they live? How shall they practice? How should they keep their thoughts? This did Subhuti ask, and since it is so, O Subhuti, listen now to what I speak, and be sure that it stays firmly in your heart. For I shall reveal to you how it is that those who have entered well into the way of the Bodhisattva should live, and how they should practice, and how they should keep their thoughts.
Thank you, Jenny. So, what is the questions that Subhuti asks for us on our behalf? He say, how should a Bodhisattva live? How should they practice? How should they think? These three things, huh? And it will be a continuation in chapter 2. Ta-da! Finish. So interesting. That's where the sutra start. It will be chapter 2, next class. Okay, so this is question 6. What is the question that Subhuti asked Lord Buddha at the beginning of the sutra? How should a bodhisattva live? How should they practice? How should they think? Okay, and Lord Buddha said, like so, like so, like so. Good question, good question, good question, Subhuti. You asked a good question. And now I'm going to tell you, listen. Okay, that will be in chapter 2. And this will be your meditation. Do your meditation prelim and then recite the text of the source of all my good. It's all in the Telegram chat. And then asking the Lama of the emptiness lineage to bless your study during this course. Okay, that's it. I want to do a dedication, and then later on, if you got any question, I can answer. If you want to stay, you can stay. Okay, let's do a dedication first. Close your eyes. Think of the goodness that we have just done and be very, very happy that you're here to hear this extraordinary teaching coming from our past goodness. And so we want to dedicate that by the power of the goodness that we have just done. May all beings complete the collection of merit and wisdom, thus gain the two ultimate bodies that merit and wisdom make. Use 3 long exhale. 1 to send to the one person you would like to help. 2 to send to everyone that you love. Me to send to all sentient beings in the universe, wherever they are, in any realm, any part of the world, any part of the universe. See them all filled with this goodness. Already can bring your attention back to the class here and open your eyes. Can stop the recording.